Hi everyone, welcome to Achievement Through Attitude TV. I'm your host and attitude coach, Phil Stringer. As we all know, this program is about getting your attitude adjusted. It's about getting your attitude right. It's about finding an attitude that gets your motor running and keeps your heart pumping. It's about the power of attitude and how that incredible power of attitude will allow you to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in life. And finally, what I hope that this show does is that it inspires and motivates your attitudes to be amazing. Because as we all know, everyone that comes on this show has an amazing story. And they have an amazing story simply because they choose, because you choose your attitudes. They choose to have an amazing attitude that enables them to continue to move forward and to grow and to get where they want to get in life. And today we're going to talk about an attitude that I feel unfortunately sometimes gets lost in the everyday world and in the shuffle of what we deal with on a daily basis, because we're bombarded with so much negativity. And that attitude is kindness and being able to treat people the way that you want to be treated. There's so many things that go on, and if we can do just this one thing this week, that's my challenge to you, is to treat someone with kindness. To remember when you're talking to somebody, to treat them how you want to be treated. And I promise you, at the end of the week, if we can do that, if we can reach out and touch someone with kindness and treat them the way that we want to be treated, at the end of the week, we'll feel a lot better about ourselves, and I can promise you that person that you reached out and touched will feel better about themselves too, and hopefully we've made the world a little bit of a better place by the end of the week. But today, the gentleman that I'm bringing on the show, he knows a little something about kindness and treating people the way that he wants to be treated, but he also knows about perseverance, integrity, courage, passion, being able to evolve and meet changes and meet challenges. But he also realizes at the end of the day, the one thing that will echo for an eternity is how you treat people and the kindness that you extend to them. So guys, please sit back and get ready to get your attitude adjusted with Chef Extraordinaire, Mr. Matt Jording, next on Achievement Through Attitude TV. Hi everyone, welcome back to Achievement Through Attitude TV, where today we're talking about an attitude of kindness and treating people the way that you want to be treated. And we're doing that with Matt Jording from the Sage Room. Matt, buddy, thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
Absolutely an honor.
Cool. Well, let's get started. So I bet a lot of people don't know a little bit about your history, which I didn't, which I thought was really cool. You grew up in Nebraska.
Yeah, believe it or not. It's a pretty cool place when the corn's tall and you can't see that there's nothing out there. When the corn's down, it's nothing. It's nothing.
And your family values are very important to you, and you learned that obviously from your father, who was a military man.
Absolutely. So
you had that attitude instilled in you, and then your mom and your sister.
Absolutely.
And so that's when when we're talking about kindness and treating people the way that you want to be treated. Matt and I are both fortunate enough that our families, instilled that in us.
It's amazing what just the parenting and just the way they bring you up with what they've known and what they've learned throughout their life. Mm-hmm. When you get older, what comes out in your attitude and your personal being. It's not something that you're even learning. It's something that just is life.
It just happens. But I was fortunate. I grew up with around my grandparents and my parents, and they, and it was always that kindness, which you have, and Matt's been very, very kind to me over the years, and I greatly appreciate that.
Buddy.
But and I know that he treats his staff like that, and that all was grown from home.
Absolutely. My father was in the military, and was in the Vietnam War and did all that stuff, and to come out of that after what he had seen and what he had done to still bring smiles to the table and raise us properly was imaginable to me. All his life he always said he wanted us to have more than he had.
Right.
And I can't say that.
Right.
To have a family that I hope I can provide what they gave to me and not hope I can do better.
Right.
I don't hope I can do better. I hope I can even come close,
Right.
because the family values that they've instilled in me are, you know, priceless. You
Right.
know, it's
Right.
been very fortunate with family. Eat dinner together, talk.
There's your son right there. We've got,
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool,
yeah.
huh? First fish right there,
Right.
Colorado.
Right.
Still in diapers if you look close.
And you're passing all those things that you learned from your parents on to him.
You know, I don't know if I'd really call it passing, because I'm not really trying to teach. I am who I am, and waking up every day and seeing, looking around, having a beautiful wife, a gorgeous son, you know, living where we're at and having our family close. My sister lives down here. My wife's family lives around here. What do you have to be negative about? I mean, it's just amazing, plain and simple. And you know, don't get me wrong, everyone has their bad day and
Everybody
this and that.
does, yeah.
But it's amazing how when you do change your attitude, sometimes it is forced to be like, you know what, I'm not going to go down and bring everybody out, and then pretty soon you're back to your normal, which is amazing how that works.
Well, and it was very, very cool, and I didn't know this, that at a young age you were a big motocross guy.
Oh,
and your
boy.
family supported that tremendously. So tell us a little
Tremendously?
bit about with financially, but it was more the emotional support and
I
everything.
tell you, our family sacrificed quite a bit to let me chase at that time what was my dream, to be a motocrosser and ride dirt bikes for a living. And you know, although they probably figured out way before I did that probably wasn't going to happen.
But you did it for some time, though, right?
We started, I got my first dirt bike one day before I turned 10, and basically didn't get off the bike until I was 18.
Wow.
We raced every weekend, 50 weekends a year, you name it. We put the miles on the motorhome, and it wasn't a question of are we racing this weekend, it was where and
how are we getting there?
How are we getting there, and are the parts going to be here by Friday? And it was an amazing part of my life. I mean, it really taught me to knuckle down and to train and to work hard, and working hard pays off with your results on the weekend. And it was much easier to get a new bike out of mom and dad when there were more first place trophies than last place DNFs, if you will, did not finish.
Absolutely. So you were driven at a young age.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was the most fun that I could have ever imagined growing up, you know, being able to ride a dirt bike every weekend.
Now,
every boy's dream I got to live.
That's cool. Now, what age? I know that you said you turned pro, but it was just on the there's an East Coast circuit.
Well,
is that,
no, it's we
is that easier for you to travel?
We went into the A class, which is expert pro-am class, and
what age were you when you did that?
16 is the earliest you
16,
can
wow.
do it. 16, and we raced all over the East Coast. Never really did too well. I mean, in my eyes, you know, just to get to that point, I guess, is a feat.
That's it.
That I can look back at now and say
said,
that. But you know, there was a lot of unhappy faces every weekend coming in last place, and you know teaching you how to lose is a lot better than teaching you how to win. And I think that's what my parents really got when they started to see that it wasn't going to be a profession,
Right.
and you know, to change the attitude of coming off the track and not having a great weekend.
Right.
It was pretty darn cool.
You know, everything, you know, we talk about here on the show, everything is a learning experience. It's a building block to something else. As long as you can see that there's always opportunity in every, what you may consider a setback,
Yeah.
but what you're telling me, I'm like, that's cool that you did it.
Oh,
'Cause a lot of
absolutely.
people,
I still do it.
Yeah, they'll talk
still
about
ride.
it. They'll talk about it, but they won't do it.
Yeah,
You know, but then I know that, you know, you were 18 and you had an injury.
I did.
And that changed things for you.
It did, and probably honestly for the best. Had a pretty bad injury when I was 18 and broke my leg pretty good. Worse than I definitely ever want to break it again.
Was it 100? I didn't know you could break it in 100 places.
Well,
but I mean,
it wasn't necessarily a break. It was more of a shatter, which you know, fragments and this and that. But I don't even want that.
Right.
It just makes my
It
leg
just gave me goosebumps
makes my
when you
leg
shattered it.
tingle. But that basically was the beginning of the end, obviously, of the motocross career. I still ride
Right.
every weekend.
Right. I saw the bikes in the garage.
Yeah, not on the level that I used to, but
You
it
enjoy
definitely opened the door to, instead of my parents having to sit me down and tell me, son, you're not going to make it.
Right.
It kind of was hopefully off their shoulders to let me realize that it's time to
Cool.
think of something else.
Well, let's. I want you to talk about after that happened. Tell them what kind of attitude you had there for a little bit.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible. Definitely went down. I'm not the drinker guy,
Right.
but definitely went through. If an 18-year-old could be depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
I don't care attitude.
It wasn't the hey, let's get up and train and let's get up and get ready for the weekend. It was.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Exactly.
Exactly. There wasn't. I didn't have the passion for math. I didn't have the passion for geometry or school or social studies. It didn't fill the motocross void.
Right.
And
yeah.
It just eventually got to the point where
you had to find something.
Something else to do, and went through school and. Thankfully, graduated through a lot of work from my mom. Thank you, Mom. That she did many a book report for this guy to help me get through it. But
that's amazing. But guys, we've got to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out where Matt was able to fill that void and find a new passion. Next on Achievement Through Attitude TV. Hey guys, welcome back to Achievement Through Attitude TV, where today we're talking about an attitude of kindness and treating people the way that you want to be treated with Matt from the Sage Room. And we're having a lot of fun, so in between we're getting a lot of laughs. So anyway, let's get back. Matt doesn't know what to do with his hands, guys. Imagine that.
Good stuff.
But anyway, let's get back. So you're 18, you graduate from high school, you get in your car and you drive to Hilton Head.
Yeah. Family always vacationed here, and my uncle, coolest guy in the world to me, drove fast cars, lived at the beach, basically didn't call him, didn't tell him I was coming, and raced down here. And
I think that's how a lot of people get here. They just show up.
Moved down for the summer, 18 years ago or whatever. So got down here, surprised him. Obviously, he didn't have work for me at the time, and just went around, and very first place I stopped, I got a job washing dishes at a local rib shack, and just kind of hated it, to be honest with you, and just plugged along, and pretty soon I ended up having a job opportunity over at my uncle's restaurant. He was Santa Fe Cafe, and just jumped at the opportunity. Really looked forward to it, and went over there, and the next thing, worked as a busboy for a little bit, and finally got an opportunity to get in the kitchen.
And then when you got in the kitchen, everybody, in my opinion, everybody that has achieved some level of success, they have a mentor. Someone that they give it to you, they show you how it works, and they push it along. And you were fortunate enough to meet that person at Santa Fe.
Yep. At the time when I moved over there was a chef there by the name of Denise Pierce, who. When you say mentor, and it was a different way of training. Her and I definitely hit it off on a friendship level, and grew a friendship. And the way she taught me how to do things it wasn't a recipe A, B, and C. It was a love of what she did that she was installing into me. And it's something that you're not sitting like you're in class learning how to do this or learning how to do that. She really enjoyed what she did, and the products and the seasons and the freshness of this, and just taught me how to love food, not how to cook. The cooking part's the easy part. It's the teaching you how to love what you do, and it was just amazing, and it grabbed me and hooked me like I couldn't believe.
Well, she treated it almost, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but almost like it was art to her. And taking everything. It's like she was painting a canvas with food and seasonings.
Absolutely. It was just amazing. And to look back now at what I'd learned, I'm speechless. The person that she was, and really left a mark on me for sure to this day.
That's and that's what it's about. And I'm sure as you go along and what you're doing, I know that you're a mentor to your people, and you teach them things, and you put your touch on them.
Yeah. Well,
you got to pay it forward.
Absolutely. It's down to the attitude thing, and I know it sounds so cliche because we're sitting here, but if we were sitting here not even on a show, I would say the exact same thing. It's what you bring to the table and what you promote is what you get back. And if you don't believe that, then you haven't tried it.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
There is just a different way of life when you bring a positive attitude to the table.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing tool for sure.
And that's why I challenged everybody this week to try to reach out and offer that, extend that kindness to somebody. And remember, when you're talking to somebody, you know, treat them how you want to be treated. And I know that you do that because I've seen you do it. I know how you treat your staff. And my hat's off to you. And I hope that everybody that's watching, you know, when you go into the Sage Room, you are supporting a wonderful man and a wonderful business and a wonderful family, because he truly gets attitude. He tries to pass it along to these people, and the people that I've met that work at the Sage Room, they get it, man.
They're the best of the best of the best. The people that we are fortunate enough to basically have an extended family through the restaurant is, I mean, guys that work, I love you guys. I don't even know what to say about that. They're above and beyond, and it's not just can carry 9 glasses or this or that. It's what they bring to the table and the comfort level that is just the warmth of the. It's amazing.
You know, they're an extension of your attitude.
Well,
they are. I know. I mean, I dig the humility thing, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've been around here a long time, and I've been in the business a long time, and I know how hard you have to work to be successful and maintain that level of success, and how you have to treat people.
You have to treat people well, period. Good, bad, whatever. You have to treat people well. It's life is too short. You know, it's just, I don't know, just very blessed to be able to have such great people around me, and you know, I'm very fortunate.
Now, I know a couple years you've taken the staff on some trips, which is cool.
Absolutely.
And then I know you're doing something, well, I guess next year, which
Don't let it all out.
I'm
Everybody
sorry.
doesn't know about that yet.
Right.
No, it's okay.
All right.
We
breaking news here at Achievement Through Attitude.
We definitely try to take very good care of our staff. You know, they take good care of us, and you know, in the past we've done some vacations for them, and you know, vacations for me too. I'm not going to lie. I get to enjoy them a little bit. We've done some trips out to Vail and some cruises and ski trips, and definitely always end up with a lot of good laughs and lots of good people. I don't want to lose that one. That's the best one.
That's a good one.
It's been fun. You know, everybody works so hard down here, and you know, it's just a great little family that we're involved with.
Well, you know, the cool thing that I find about the Sage Room is that you're always trying to innovate. You know, always doing something I think cool. You know, whether it be the Kobe beef or the white or the ivory salmon and stuff like that.
Stuff.
And I mean, how do you? Is that just your passion driving you to keep?
One of the other things that Denise taught me, and it's a great saying, is you have to always stay in the wet paint. There always has to be something new that's going on. It keeps your interest. It keeps it fun. And you know, the saying of, you know, as we talked about earlier, though, you've got to recreate yourself every 6 years in the handbook of restaurants and this and that. Well, why let it go stale for 6 years?
Right.
I'm tired of it after three months. So it really kind of needs to continue to evolve, and you know, bringing in, you know, all the chefs that work with us over at Sage Room are, you know, they're not influenced. What's the word I'm looking for?
You let them have a say.
Absolutely.
You want them to be creative too.
Absolutely.
You know,
and I don't care what it is they want to try once, try it once.
Right.
If it's no good, I'll tell you, and vice versa for me. If it's no good, I take constructive criticism very well.
I want to know how many times that you've been told that was not very good, Matt.
Absolutely.
Was that your wife or the staff?
Let's not get into the wife thing. No, my wife is my best supporter, and you know, I'm blessed with the most perfect, beautiful wife anyone could ever ask for. She is the perfect match for me, and she's told me some of my stuff's not too good. So I respect that. It's not an argument. I'm not the guy that this is right and you're wrong. Nope.
That's why you can take your ego out of the equation.
Oh boy.
Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a gentleman on the show. He said everybody has an ego, but as long as his ego doesn't affect the decisions for the well-being,
yeah,
you're good to go. You're good to go.
Absolutely.
Well, man, we got to go.
Oh boy, this has been
went
fun.
fast. It went fast.
So
I appreciate it.
I am just floored and honored that you'd even have me sitting here. This is
no, man, I appreciate it.
You know, it's definitely something I feel very strongly about, and attitude is important. So.
Thanks. Hey guys, remember every morning when you wake up, when your feet hit the floor, you have an opportunity to do something amazing, to be amazing. So let kindness and treating people the way that you want to be treated lead you. Never hang your head, never surrender. And we'll see you next week on Achievement Through Attitude TV. And Matt still doesn't know what to do with his hands. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys.